everyone. We're back. Are we live? Someone comment?
Let me check here. Let me see if I can try. Yep, we are.
We're live, right? All right, but where are the people? We were doing live. We were supposed to do a live, but something went wrong there.
I'm gonna get this on my community tab really quick.
Yes, do that. Then there's no one here, or aren't we just seeing it in this screen? I don't know. Oh, I see it. 12 people.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Awesome.
Hello, Elizabeth. Nice to see ya. We're back. We're finally here. Now it's working. Welcome, Rich.
Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. We actually started without being live.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though. This is at least a learning experience though. I know for both of us.
Yeah, definitely.
We can definitely learn a lot out of this. And the next time we decide to do something like this, we'll, know what we're doing. It's kind of like working on a car,
Now we're just like amateurs trying to go live together. Like, are we live? Where's everyone? It was like 10 minutes into the reading and like, where is everyone?
Right.
Are we cool. No, you're not live. Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Good little warm up though.
But we're live, guys. We're live. So we are going to do the he says, she says spread. And this will be for the masculine and the feminine energies. So obvious, I will represent the feminine energy and Rich will do the masculine energy. And we will go through the he says, she says spread and see what the energies are for both parties. So you can relate to it. Whether you are the feminine energy or the masculine energy, it doesn't matter. You can use it for your soulmate or twin flame readings or any relationship that you are in. And let's just see. You can also just go with the flow and see with which part you resonate more. And maybe you resonate more with the masculine because I know that I'm more masculine type of energy. So don't get caught up in masculine or feminine. It's just the kind of energy. So masculine meaning more active, more action oriented, and feminine energies are more sensitive and more emotional and sensitive and more laid back and not taking as much action. But that does not mean that they're not masculine or something, but it just means that they are just not proactive. All right.
It's a very good way to put it.
Do you want to add something, Rich?
I said it's a very good way to put it there.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like the introvert and extrovert as well is what I'm thinking of. A lot of masculine energies are very introverted, and a lot of feminines could be very extroverted, out there. So however resonates.
All right. I'm getting mine jumping out for me already. You want me to kick it off here from the past?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, very similar to what we just did off the broadcast. Still, I am seeing in the past that starting into this situation, there was some unfinished business from my past that was not even talked about with the Wheel of Fortune reverse and the Hermit kind of stuff. That I just kind of kept to myself. Kind of like a lot of people do. I mean, I think we all experience this. We all go through this in one way, shape, or form. But this was something I was keeping all to myself, and doing the best that I could to work through myself. But I don't really know how well that worked out for me, at least, So that I think was a very decent catalyst for whatever the issue was here. And I don't know. Hang on just a minute. Let me get my last couple out here. All right. Yeah. That was definitely a big catalyst there. A big catalyst. I think, like I said, I think every last one of us does this in one way, shape, form, or fashion. We experience things in the past. We carry it with us in the future. But instead of processing through it, we just kind of kick it down into the pit of our subconscious mind, thinking that it's gone away, and it hasn't.
And then it gets triggered somehow, right? Like it feels like as if I have been triggering a lot of that stuff that you did not want to see about yourself. You know,
Exactly.
like opening up the can of worms and then just like, oh shoot, I have to go into the hermit mood and just fix a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it looks like to me.
Yeah, and that can be good. It can be bad. There's a time and place for dealing with things yourself. There's a time and place to open up to people, and there's a time and place to close off. And a
Introvert
lot
that we
of us,
were just talking about, right?
yeah, and a
So
lot of us kind of get that timing a little bit off. When we should be opening up, we clam up and close off and try to do it all ourselves, and vice versa. That's what I'm seeing happening here with the Hermit being next to the Wheel of Fortune reverse. It wasn't the right time to close off. It actually caused more harm than it did good. So.
And it also looks like every time you do come together, it's like a bad timing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then it both go to separate corners again and then try it over. And then it's like, again, a bad timing of the universe. Everything goes wrong. And then like one or both are going backwards and be like, okay, what is it actually that's going wrong here?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how I'm seeing it as well. And it's also like very, yeah. Let's just see what I have here. I still have the other cards here laid out. I got the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Empress, the King of Pentacles, and then the Judgment coming out. So there's definitely been, and I do get the sense that there has been like some kind of a energy in between both of them. Like, and it could also be that that I had to just withdraw a lot and work on myself. Like we just talked about, I had to withdraw, work on myself, get my self-esteem back, get my security back, and in all shapes or form. And after that has been restored in the Judgment cave. You know, like time for a second chance, time for a renewal, time to see the truth for what it is and have a second chance on this. So it seems that you withdrawing actually gave the feminine or me the chance to actually work harder on myself, or more on self-love, care, and nurture. So actually it feels like a good period, even though you may have experienced it as like it's bad timing, or like everything goes wrong, I need to withdraw myself. It was actually the right timing, because that gave me the energy to withdraw and work on myself.
Ooh.
So it does not seem that it was a bad timing. It just seems that there is a mutual understanding of why we cannot come together at this particular moment.
Mm-hmm. That's really awesome too. That
it
you bring
sounds
that
like a whole live session.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah, all this time.
That's cool that you brought it up and mentioned it that way, though, because I kind of bring that up an awful lot. It's a matter of perception, and whatever you assign it, that's what it's going to be. So if I assign it that's this bad thing that happened against me, that wasn't a good thing, then that's what I'm going to experience moving forward. I'm going to experience that it was a bad thing. And if you choose to assign it, well, hey, this was actually a positive thing that gave me an opportunity.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to experience.
And it's funny that we now understand that, because you may have felt a bit guilty for having that separation or withdrawing and being on your own and be like, oh fuck, maybe I fucked it up. But like seeing it from my perspective, it was like, well, I was not ready in the first place and I was not feeling good anyhow. So now I got the time to, find out my own treasure, because the Empress is kind of like, she has a lot of treasures, right? Like she has a lot of gifts, she has a lot of talents. And during the separation, you actually find out about those talents, and you get your confidence to broadcast it. Coming back to the broadcast. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it actually feels with this Judgment that a lot of positivity has been conquered, but mentally we feel that we have missed out on some kind of an opportunity. Well, maybe it may have not been missed out. It has been a way to work on ourselves separately. Mm-hmm. So
moving into the present moment, though, it doesn't really look like I'm doing that very well, to be honest with you.
Oh gosh.
Not really.
Not really. What's up? Tell me.
Well, I'm kind of feeling like Five of Cups reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed.
Came a little bit short there, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, so I'm doing what I can to try to look at the positive aspect of things, but I'm going a little extreme with it.
Yeah.
And kind of being a bit of an asshole. Being a bit of an asshole. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to recognize what I'm in the position to do and not to do in regards to helping others and being there for people and supporting people. And there's another thing to just say, you know what, I don't care about you at all. It's all about me.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like I'm doing here. That's kind of what it looks like I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Am I ever going to figure this out?
Well, I guess someone needs to be the bigger person because I don't know, but I got the Empress in the past and I got the Emperor in the present moment. So someone needs to be the action-oriented one. Someone needs to be responsible here. Someone needs to, set some rules in this connection. And it seems that the feminines are setting some rules in moving things forward in this connection because it's the Knight of Wands. It's kind of like, are you going to be a lackluster here? Are you going to sit there and just like stare out the window and be like, I don't want to just get up and I'm just so lazy and I need all the time to myself and I can't move myself towards you because I'm just so fucked up draining here. But that's how it looks like, right? Like, oh, there's this energy right here saying like, yo, I need some compassion. I need some love here and like dancing and fun. And then we have the freaking Emperor sitting here like staring. Look at this dude. Look at seriously. It does not seem like, it's going to take ages before he gets to this part.
Yeah. So it does look like that maybe it is the feminine then that has to take
take initiative, right? Like we were just talking about it, but the problem is that if the feminine takes initiative, it needs to be very balanced because she does not want to come off pushy anymore. She does not want to come off controlling. She wants to control herself. But at the same time, she is still waiting for the masculine to actually take action. But I think she can wait for a very long time since we are in this here.
Well,
because she's with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, she's done waiting. But yet she's still sitting there and waits for him. So I'm not sure how that is going to relate, though.
Well, with the Page of Pentacles here and then the Ten of Cups in the reverse, I got that to clarify what's going on right here. I kind of take this more like I'm overthinking my initiative. Okay, it's not as much. You got to find that fine balance between thinking before you act and acting on blind impulse. And I kind of, I feel like I'm overdoing the thinking. I'm trying to logically plan out each little step.
And you're being very strategic, right?
I'm sorry?
You're being very strategic here.
Yeah.
Like everything needs to be like, perfectly in alignment. Like that's why you come from the Hermit. You made up a whole plan in your head or in your cave, and you now want to put that emotion is what I feel.
Yeah. And it's screwing everything up.
Yep.
It's not coming from a heart place anymore. It's not.
No, it misses the other person being happy in the whole, walking towards that path. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you have it put out in your head, like, okay, this is how it needs to be walked. And it seems like there is no real flow in like, what about the other person? What about how they want to flow? And I feel like we have the Tower here. And this Tower seems to be very, abruptly coming in. That is about to do some kind of a shakeup that is going to blow someone's mind here. or it could be the feminine trying to make that change, you know, not like, I don't want to be stuck anymore. I want some movement, because we got the Knight of Wands together with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So like, I don't want to wait. I want movement. I want travel. I want to, you know, go places, because the Emperor is just stuck energy.
Yeah, that feels a little bit impatient, but you know what? Can't blame you. You know, not really. Can't really blame you. I mean, it looks like here, and this is kind of a bit of a lower vibrational masculine thing to do. To try to, like I say, it's just too. There's nothing wrong with an earthy energy, but to completely like dry up all the water and completely put out all the fire and come from only a place of earth, practical, blah, 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 you know, and it just gets really boring and dry, and you have to overanalyze everything. And like you said, what about the other person? Well, do what?
Yeah, it's the thing. That's the overanalyzing thing that makes it really fucked up. But I'm looking at the blockages here, and to be honest, the blockage seems a bit fucked up here. Sorry for my language, people, but it looks like someone is, you know, always, I don't even know how to word this shit. I'm like, this is someone seems a bit obsessive. Let me just put it that way. All right. Someone is being very obsessive and very controlling, keeping an eye on someone and wanting to make sure that they're not walking away in a very obsessive way. They don't want the other person to act single. They don't want the other person to, you know, to turn away. And they're being very creepy. I'm going to be honest with you, but this energy looks very creepy to me.
It does, though.
This does not look good. This is in the blockage. So there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of holding back communication. And it seems, since the feminine is holding up the sword right there, it freaking seems as if she holds the power of communication. And he is kind of like trying to get something out of her. I don't know from where, but it does not look very good. Both energies are very obsessive energies. Let's just be honest, and that's in the blockage. So it looks to me as if the not taking action is being done in order to keep control over the feminine energy, which is what is psycho. I'm gonna call this reading psycho. Because that is why there is no new beginning. That's why the Fool is here in the blockage. There is like, someone does not take a leap of faith. They don't have the guts. And that's because they're too much in this spying kind of energy, trying to get like a toenail from this individual, which is just.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take a leap. You can't calculate a leap of faith. That's the thing.
No, you need to freaking take it, because not making any decision is making a decision to, you know, let people go flow, and it could flow the other way around, and you will see yourself be in this kind of negative, obsessive energy for a very long time. And it could be definitely also for some feminine energies out there, but since the guy is up in Peep, it seems like it's the other way around.
Yeah. Well, see, here in the blockage, it kind of seems like it's repeating it and putting more emphasis on this kind of, it seems very, very selfish, very similar to the present moment. It almost seems like it's repeating itself very, very similarly to Five of Cups reversed, and then the Six of Pentacles reversed. Well, then King of Cups reversed.
The Hermit as well.
And it's just still the same thing. I'm going to try to close myself off and be a little bit selfish and be a little bit closed off to myself. That's the only way I can think to see, it's all backwards there, to get over any anxiety, any stress, any worry, anything that I'm worried about. I'm going to close myself off. And
but why are you why are you so fearful? Like, why are you so stressed out about it? Like, I feel like it's a lot of overthinking. Like, a lot of things.
Well, and the infinite sea of possibilities that we find ourselves swimming through in this quantum ocean, for whatever reason, I just pick out the worst possible case scenario and obsess over it over and over and over and over and over. So the only thing I can think to do is
you're a bit obsessive. I don't know what it is, but you get very obsessive.
yeah. And I know this. And I know it kind of looks a little bit stupid.
Yeah.
So rather than work through it with somebody, I'm going to close myself off because I can't figure out any other way to.
That's what I already have recognized. That's the fun part of it. That's what I've already recognized. That's why I like everything here is almost in the upright. Like even the judgment, it kind of feels like I've already seen that part of you that you think that I haven't seen. That's the funny part of everything. You know what I mean?
If you're intuitive enough, you can pick up on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really need to be. I mean, I don't know. We're in a day and age now to where, especially feminine, it's much more scarce to find sensitive masculinity.
Yep.
So now at least the feminine energies are becoming way more sensitive nowadays than they used to be.
Yeah.
So there's not really a whole lot you can hide.
Yeah.
Especially,
yeah, but that's also true. Like masculines are getting very, very sensitive nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is like that. It's very, very true. Ooh.
Whoa,
Five of Pentacles. Did you hear that?
I did. I did at the same time.
Wow.
Queen of Swords reversed.
Which one?
Queen of Swords
reversed. Man. Oh shit.
All right. Well,
hopes. Like let's do the hopes. Let's do the hopes.
All right. Well, the hopes and the fears for me, or hopes. Which is it? Is it hopes first and then fears?
Yeah.
Hopes. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes perfect sense.
Hey.
I hope that I can just. Ace of Pentacles. As long as I'm in Eight of Swords mode, like I can just pretty much ignore all the truths and all the facts and just block it all out, and I don't need to pay attention to that, and I will be able to move forward and be successful. That's what I hope. That I don't have to do the inner work. That's what I hope. Right?
Yeah, and you're still with me. You like to stay in that zone of like, leave me alone, let me just think about it, and let me just like zoom out and be in my head and just obsess. I'm gonna go with like an obsessive psychopathic.
Yeah, it's actually kind of starting to get a little bit scary on my end, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. It certainly does. So I got some interesting energies in my hopes. I got the Queen of Wands in the reversed. I got the Nine of Cups. I got the Four of Pentacles reversed. And I've got the 10 of Wands reversed. So I don't know why, but this feeling, I'm getting this feeling as if I have experienced here a lot of, how do I say this? How do I word this? Give me a second. I'm getting a couple of messages. One, it feels like I don't want to be the one that initiates, like I said before, because the Queen of Wands in the reverse, she can be very bitchy, but she does not initiate. She does not have the confidence. But having it in the hopes, it feels like there has been a lot of scenarios in the past where the feminine felt like pushed down. She was not empowered. This was like an energy of like taking away her power, and she does not want that. Like she does not want to be taking away her power, and she wants to be able to express her desires and let go of anything that is burdening or dragging her down. Like she does not want to be in a low vibration. That's what I'm seeing. She does not want to be seduced. She does not want to be played with, because that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting, and that's what something that she does not want. Like she only wants her wish fulfillment, and that's about it. And she's being very balanced, she's being very tempered, she's being very patient with getting what she wants. And if it's going to take some time, she will take her time, but she will not, do a lot of playtime in the meanwhile with the masculine to get what she wants.
That's looking good, because the masculine here does not look like it's making very much headway. It really doesn't. Not really. Because the Eight of Swords, I mean, it's a big problem. It's a very big problem that a lot of people find themselves in. It's huge, And the thing about it is, the thing about Eight of Swords,
I mean, the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles, it looks like some commitment issues, some commitment phobia. It's like, oh my God, there's a commitment right there. I don't want to see it. I can't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what? Are you serious?
All kinds of issues, and when it all comes down to it, when the nitty gets gritty and it all comes down to it, at that Eight of Swords mode, the only thing you're really trying to ignore is yourself. That's it. That's it. So when you have somebody who is intentionally closing themselves off, the only thing they're really closing themselves off to is their self. So if you can't do the inner work to face your own demons, to face your own issues, and be honest with yourself, and not even tell anybody. You don't have to go off and tell people, oh, by the way, no. You can just do it to yourself. Just say it in here and make. But if you're unwilling to do that, then hoping for this is like.
Exactly. But you started off so good in the past,
Well.
And then you just like, you went backwards, but not in a good way. I don't know if it comes because, there is the Empress and the Emperor here on my side. So it could be that maybe you were feeling a bit like, I don't like to say it, but I'm not going to say it. Should I say it?
Say whatever you want.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it, but you feel a bit intimidated.
A bit what?
You feel a bit intimidated because you got the Emperor here on my side. So then of course you just want to stay in that Eight of Swords. Like, oh, I don't know what are you talking about? I don't know what.
Yeah, it's funny you said that.
Oh, you see the progress. That's what I'm trying to say. Like when you see like a big progress going on the other side, when you thought that the grass was not greener on the other side, you see like a huge progress, that could get you like very nervous, as in like, ooh, like, can I even handle this situation right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the masculine energies are still on. It's on the last thread right now in this day and age, but still clinging to that ego-based macho man.
Yes.
We're cutting that out. We're at the last.
How we gonna cut that out? We need some kind of a solution here. Like how I can help to cut that out. This is a good part to add in the spread. Like how I can add on cutting that away, because there could be something that I need to do. And let's see what your advice is on that. But
that's where the slope gets really slippery, really, really slippery again. Because at the end of the day, if you're in Eight of Swords mode, you can do whatever.
Eight of Swords is actually it's self-sabotaging. The Eight of Swords is when you need to listen to your intuition. There's no fucking sword that is holding you back. That's just like an imagination of swords around you, trapped in fear that you create in your own mind. That's what I call this freaking. It's the psychopathic energy in your mind that you create, and you make that whole. You think that you're in a prison, but actually you can just walk away and just take off your blindfolds and just like see clearly. But you choose to stay stuck there because it feels so much more comfortable. All right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, because the next step is the nightmare. It's the nightmare. Well, it's the nightmare. Yeah. Nine of Swords, which is the dark night of the soul. That's when you purge out. Exactly. So you're definitely going to a very dark night of the soul kind of situation, but you actually got out of it with the hermit, but now you're releasing the mineral thought. So each and every time there is some kind of communication, you get stuck in, oh, in the past there was like wrong timing, everything went wrong, so I'm gonna relate to this situation, to the past, and then you get stuck again in that cycle. Because there is nothing else that keeps you stuck there.
Yeah, and that sometimes that dark night of the soul energy is the only way to push you out of that. Like I say a lot of times when I'm reading on my channel an awful lot, like especially a really stubborn sign like Taurus or something like that, you know, or any
I
kind
have
of
that in my reading, like stubborn
really,
facts.
Yeah,
but they're very, very stubborn, you know.
And dark night of the soul can definitely push you out of that, but it doesn't have to come down to that. But a lot of times really stubborn energies like masculine energy can be extremely stubborn sometimes, and that's what it takes.
It also depends on how much fixed energy you got, you know. Like if you got a lot of fixed energy in your chart, then you can be very, very stubborn and not willing to make changes, or not seeing changes, or not wanting to see something, well, I don't want to say positive, but it's more so finding the resolution and working towards that. And you can be very fixed of like, no, it needs to go my way, but it's like, no, there is no highway.
I like that.
Let's go ahead and see where we at. Where are the hopes, and what are your fears? Whoa, do you got a minute? You guys have another hour to go. We're gonna do fears for the masculines.
Oh, the fears. Rejection.
We're gonna do the fears for the masculine.
Queen of Cups reversed and the Four of Cups reversed is the fears here.
Oh my God.
So that tells me. What's that feel like? What's it feel like to you?
That's like you don't want to expose your feelings because you don't want to be rejected, so you don't expose them altogether, so you can sit in your rejection.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. And again, this is something that that dark night of the soul type of energy, it doesn't have to come to that. It doesn't have to, but if you keep fighting it, universe doesn't really care. Like it'll put you through
it. Yeah. And you know what I see happening, and this is like a channeled message, there is so much emotional suppression there that once you come eye to eye and you meet, I feel like there's going to be like an explosion of like tears and crying, and that's because that's the tower that's going to hit because of all the suppression. You know, like, no, I don't have any feelings. I don't feel like this. There's no emotion. There's only like robotic stuff and like, no. Like, no, I don't want to be rejected. There is no feelings here. No, there's no emotion here. And emotions, like tears all over the place. Like, you know, you need to fucking sweep the whole place.
Yep. And that's what the fears are here. I'm trying to figure out a different way to word it, but you pretty much said exactly. It's I'm afraid of rejection. So therefore, actually, you can go ahead and reject me. But if I don't, I'm going to try to sneak in so that I don't have to open up any emotions. So if you reject me, it's easier to cover up. Like, oh, you didn't reject me. Oh, I don't care, you know? Yeah. Yeah,
but that's why you want to be the one that rejects so that you don't get rejected. But that's in your head. That's the Eight of Swords of like, I'm going to be rejected.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. But the beauty of this all is that the feminine energy, they got it all together. So this lets me know that it's kind of like, this is like parenting the issue, and parenting the other person, being like of a high vibration and not like, you know, acting out of a low vibration, so that you can go through that process. So it feels very mature energy for me. You know, it's not like, haha, look at you, and like, you know, it's not like mocking energy. It feels like, you know, I can be the mom and the dad for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what I'm feeling here. So
That's
there's
good.
no need for you to feel this panicked about expressing your emotions, but that's something that you need to learn along the way.
Yeah, it feels very immature on my side here.
Yeah.
Very, very immature.
Yeah, but like, look at that. We got the fears, and I got the Hierophant here with the Temperance card. So Hierophant in the reverse and the fear. So there is, because this is funny. This is Taurus energy, and this is Sagittarius energy. Taurus energy, like we said, is very fixed sign, right? Like everything needs to be according rules. And the reverse is a lot about rebellious energy, which is the Sagittarius energy. So there is this dynamic going on, as in like, well, I don't want everything to be like, everything needs to go like A, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like, don't put everything in a box. Like, okay, we need to be, I don't know, I'm just saying something randomly, like we need to get married in like this time, and we need to have like 2 kids, and we need to have this and this and that. There is a lot of like energy that we invite to go with the flow and to be a bit rebellious in that energy.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of like I was talking about earlier with that Page of Pentacles, trying to calculate too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with the Temperance card here as well, there is a fear that there will not be any true commitment, and there will be a lot of patience. And I feel in this kind of energy, definitely for the feminines, at this point, it looks like no matter if it goes like left or right, the feminine energy feels like, well, it has taught me a lot of lessons. I have really tempered myself and tempered every energy that I have in me, and I know how to create and put balance in myself, my life, or relationships. So from this point on, I don't even care if there is a commitment or not. That's what I'm getting through. That's quite heavy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, not all is lost, even though I have a fear that there won't be any commitment, but not all is lost because I found myself and I know how to create out of that balance. You got what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's actually very necessary, because once you reach that
point.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that's it. That's the point. Yeah.
Go on.
Yep, but that's the point you need to reach right there, because that's the point here where I talk an awful lot about vibration and attraction and manifestation. That's the point right there. That's it. Where it's like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't care. Whatever. Yeah. I don't need it. Don't want it. Don't care. I'm good. That is when, at best, it's going to come chasing after you, or at the very least, the opportunity will be made available to you.
Exactly. No, you're completely right. But that's the perfect part of this all, that we're just coming to the senses that we are there at that part. Maybe not you.
No.
But the most important thing was for the feminine, perhaps, to get at this point. Like, well, you know what? I can create my world. So that's a go-go. That's a really go-go. So let's see about the outside influences.
Outside influences. Okay, I have the 2 of Cups reversed.
Yeah, so, that looks like my
outside influences. I'm probably going to have to get a couple of clarifications on that, because hang on. 2 of Cups reversed and the 2 of Cups reversed and the 9 of Wands reversed. 5 of Swords reversed.
Yeah, that looks like me taking back all the swords, not holding on. That's exactly what I stated, right? Like, this is like working and building within yourself, and not engaging in the low vibration and negative energy. As in, like, okay, if we lose at this point, then it's okay. Like, that's like taking back your sword and going home and with a broken cup and be like, well, at least we tried.
Yeah,
that's like to me.
Yeah, and that's pretty good too, because here also I have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright is to clarify that a little bit. So definitely feeling like outside influences are very, very positive, and it may take a little bit to actually get that point through that, look, you're not supposed to win every battle.
No.
masculine ego energy. You don't need to win every battle.
No.
It's okay for you to throw your sword down and say, okay, I'm not fighting this battle. Fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah. But that's what I'm seeing. It feels like, because it's your outside influence, so you're getting influenced by the fact that I take my sword back home and be like, and that gives you like fire underneath your ass. You know what I mean? As in like, oh shit, like the mind games and the triggers and the manipulation and the mind games, it's all not working, because you know what? At the end of the day, don't forget, we got the Emperor here. The Emperor does not play games. Does not trick. Okay. The Emperor does not trick and treat. Well, at least this one, maybe, like, he does not look like, he does not look amused at all.
Right.
We want the fucking game. Sorry, guys. Yeah. It's why we can do whatever we want, right?
Yeah.
We want to do whatever we want. So let's go ahead and see what influences me in this situation. What are my influences? Ooh, we got the Knight of Wands influencing me. That's a lot of passion that's coming in for the feminine energy. So good way to go for all of you. That's some boom boom shklang going on. So there is definitely a lot of passionate energy coming in. There is someone around you that really is digging you. Whoa, Lover's card. Oh shit, now it's got you looking there. Like, oh fuck.
A little bit, because
the Five of Swords and the Two of Cups reversed. And this is the Lover's card. Yo, feminines, you guys. Oh shit.
Feeling good though.
And then we got someone is okay. Listen up. What I'm getting through here is that we got the Wheel of Fortune here. This is 2 10s. This is a change. This looks to me as if someone could be swaying you off your feet with this Lover's card, and there is this 10 of Swords here. All right, is this 10 of Swords? No, this is 10 of Swords. Someone is going to be very regretful. Someone is going to cry about this ending, and someone is about to drift away. So some of you are definitely going to meet some kind of a soulmate or a very, very deep connection. Is going to be instantly, because it has the Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius people, they fall in love in the first sight. Like that's the energy. And Sagittarians, if they match up with someone, they can feel the energy and they're like, okay, yeah, this is the one. And they're off the fucking charts. And someone is not going to like that. It could be the other way around as well, but there's definitely something changing.
I don't know. Maybe that's what the issue is on my end. Maybe it's me that doesn't like that.
I think so too, because your energy looks different.
Yeah, it's very, very, very stagnant and very just kind of still trying to fight. Still got a little bit of a fight to put up. Yeah.
Like you're fighting the connection. That's what I'm seeing. Like you're fighting against the connection. Like no, and I'm not ready for it, and da 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 da. And that's when the wheel can. That's when I stated, like, if not making a decision is making a decision to not make a decision, right?
Yeah.
The Wheel of Fortune kicks in, and this is exactly where the Wheel of Fortune kicks in, talking about the Lover's card with the Knight of Wands. And then someone being betrayed and left out and, having a lot of regrets here. So it does not look good.
No, not really.
It does not look good for the masculine energy if they do continue on this path like this. So, but that's why I said, like, there is this fire beneath their ass, because they feel like, oh, this person is not tagging along with those mind games or this manipulation. Like they're just like, okay, here's the source, I'm leaving.
Well, hopefully it gets a little bit better here, because it looks a little bit stuck and stagnant, though. It just does. I'm just kind of feeling like there's still, it's good. It can be good, because sometimes if you stretch it on for just a little bit too long, here's the good thing about,
like you stretch, but then it goes like I can pull like.
If like, here's the good thing about being in that stubborn mode where you have to be taught a really hard lesson. The harder the lesson, then like the greater the reward, the better you learn, the more you learn. So maybe if it just hangs on for a little bit longer and really takes that boot to the ass, then it's going to be like, oh, okay, well, dude, I really get it now, because that was a really hard smack to the face.
I know.
So,
I know. I did not think that this would be such an interesting reading like this. Like, this is really like boom. Like, seriously, boom. Wow. I'm quite surprised. I'm really surprised.
I'm digging it.
I'm digging it though. I'm really digging this. I'm really because it sheds so much light on a lot of things, and it just shows how much growth there has been, and now you change. That's what I feel. Like, there is change. It does not mean that the feminine does not need to change, but there's already so much change already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's see how I feel about you. How do I view you? How do I feel about you? Do we want to know this?
Now, let's see here. I have in that position the Fool reverse and the Queen of Swords reverse.
Ooh, shit.
That's what I have. That's what I'm saying here.
Oh, shoot, feminines, you got like a nasty mouth there.
Four of Swords reversed and the Ten of Cups, though.
Aww, you're never going to believe this. Okay, you want to see what I have for you? This is absolutely gorgeous. I got the Queen of Cups.
Aww.
So there is still a lot of love. There is a lot of love. Like there's a lot of nurturing energy, as in like, oh, I'll take care of you. I'm the queen with the crown. I'll be there for you. That's crazy.
That is cool, though.
That's freaking crazy. Like, ooh, Three of Swords. There's a lot of healing, forgiveness. So whatever has happened in the past, if you thought that this person would not forgive you or take you back, they'll take you back. They've already forgiven you. So from whomever this is, if the feminine or whomever is stressed out about like, oh, this person's not going to forgive me, there is a lot of forgiveness here already. Like, this person has already like unconditional love towards the masculine energy anyway.
Yeah, because I do have this.
See?
Yeah.
Wow, what a twist.
Yeah. I mean, that's like in the middle of all this bad.
I'm emotional here. I get emotional like the whole scene, and then it was like, you did this and you're not ready. And you're like, it's like, yeah, but I forgive you. I still love you. There's love coming in, but there's still love here. Like,
yeah. Yep. Somebody, like you said earlier, somebody's got to be the bigger person. Somebody's got to be.
Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, I'm getting excited. Sorry, guys. I'm getting excited. I got the Nine of Swords with the World card here, as how I see you. I know, like I said, I have compassion, understanding, and empathy with the Queen of Cups, that you're going through a lot of stress right now that needs to come to a closure before we can move forward.
It looks positive, though.
The feminine sees you as like their world. Like, this is like, you know, well, if you stress, I'll stress. I'll be there for you. Oh, I'll be there for you from Boys to Men now again. Boys to Men is like my team for my life. Well, I don't even listen to Boys to Men lately, but anyway. That's amazing. And I got the King of Swords here at the bottom of the deck.
No.
Meaning that you are very controlling. All right, you want things your way. You don't take anyone's help, guidance, support. You're just like, I want to be the bigger man. I can handle myself. Well, I know that you can't handle yourself because you're stressed out and nervous about anything and everything. So, and it's the feminine energy knowing like, hey, I can feel you. I know what you're going through, but if you're not opening up, it's impossible to love you.
Yeah.
What a twist.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of elaborate stuff to add on that. That sounded very that's what I got here. I don't really have anything else to add to it.
That's very emotional.
Yeah.
That was really deep. I'm sorry, that was really, really deep.
It's very, very sweet though. It's like, oh.
It's very sweet. It's like out of the blue. It's like like I've grown, I did, and you are still stuck there, and then at the end, it's like, but I still love you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know that you're stressed out. I'm still be here for you. I'm waiting. Oh, this gives me like like my heart breaks.
Oh, it's all good though. It's all good. So
it's very positive. I remember that when we did the off life, it was like all like fucked up energy.
yeah.
It was really like pre-shadow retrograde. So let's go ahead and see about the future energies, but also and then advice. Let's see what that is about.
Future energies. Okay, cool. Because I have the page.
Hey, finally something is upright and positive light. Wow.
Right next to it.
Ooh. What's this?
Upright. Hang on.
Oh shoot, dude! You never believe what I got here. I got the moon, the devil, and the 8 of Pentacles as the future energies. I gotta think about this one. Hold on.
Moon, the devil, and the 8 of Pentacles.
Girls, I mean feminine energies. We were doing so good. What are you doing right now? Like this is most definitely Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, bringing back all the toxic energies, all the temptations, all the secrets, all the dark stuff is going to come out, but in order for you to work on it. So don't get scared because there's going to be a lot of intense energy here. And I'm getting a lot of sexual energy here as well. A lot of sexual energy here. And with this 8 of Pentacles, it feels as if the other person is trying to make something up. There might be some kind of a secret that comes out about a third party or about an addiction that is going to make the feminine feel disappointed, and the masculine is going to wanting to work on it.
Well, hang on. Well, so far also 10 of Wands, the Empress.
Look at you.
It's getting there, but it's still like.
Look at Rich. You got the Empress.
Yeah.
With Wands.
So back and forth though. Queen of Swords.
That's good. The 10 of Wands is like the ending of a very difficult cycle and ready to give birth. That's like, when a mom is like 9 months pregnant and then she carries it like the last couple of days, like, okay, can the baby come out? And then it's out and like there is freedom. That's how it looks like with the Empress next to it. That's how it looks like to me.
Well, and I'm also getting a Queen of Swords upright, 2 of Cups reversed. So, it's just that last little from the masculine side, that last little bit of a fight.
You got something left there, buddy.
But it doesn't look like it's going to be won, though, I don't think. Not from the masculine side. Going to have to go through that dark night of the soul, probably. You want to keep on pushing it, masculine energies, you're going to have to go through that dark night of the soul. Or the tower moment, or whatever the universe wants to throw your way.
Yep.
That's what I always say. If you fight it, cool. The universe doesn't really care. Not really. You can be like, oh, okay, well, I'll give you as much time as you want to figure this out yourself, and I'm going to keep increasing the pressure more and more each time. And that's
until that baby comes out.
Huh?
Until that baby comes out.
Oh, yeah. That's the good thing, though. But at least this is the good news, though. Out of all that, then this is the good news.
Hey, the Empress is good news. That looks like, a lot went wrong, but the Empress is there like, hallelujah.
Yeah. At least it kind of feels like more of a solid. Like all this went wrong. Well, at least, okay, well, now it's time for you. you didn't go through all this bad shit. You weren't being let's see, how do they say it? They say you were buried. Now it's time for you to grow like a seed, you know?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So it looks like Eastern time.
Yep. So I take all that as it's a bit of a stubborn type of kind of unnecessary cycle for the masculine energies to go through. However, it will still find a way for it to work out, though. You know?
Yeah, but I think also with that Queen of Swords and the Two of Cups in the reverse, that's kind of like getting your rationality back about what works in having a harmonious relationship and what does not, and then making a decisive decision to talk about it. Like, okay, you know what? This works and this does not work, and this is actually bringing a lot of imbalance, but also having the real talk about like, well, between you and I, this does not work, and this is the reason, but having a truth conversation about why it's not working. Like if there is like a closure or an opening up, I mean, like with the Empress, it looks like a growth rather than like an ending. But when the Queen of Swords, it looks like, you know, there is a rational conversation of, you know, talking reciprocity about the disconnect.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
That's how it looks like to me.
That makes sense. That's good. Either way, though, I can still see the positive in it all. It's just one of those slow, gradual processes that seem negative, but in hindsight, you're like, oh yeah, that's why that had to happen that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hard to see while you're in it.
It's going to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. It's all going to make sense. Let's see if I have some advice for my feminines. All right.
No pulling advice spread, huh? All right.
Ooh. All right. You know what? I'm going to use the other deck for the advice spread. That's what I like. It has a lot of information. This was a good reading.
Yeah, I liked it.
Very powerful, very informative.
That was awesome.
A lot.
And it has definitely been a pleasure working with you, for sure.
Definitely. This was a really good one. Good one to kick off.
Yeah.
Good one to kick off. Ooh. You will not believe this. I kid you not. I got the waiting game. So, I'm sorry to say, but you guys, you need to wait until this masculine has picked themselves up and get their shit together. There's nothing else for you to do than to just wait on their game. They're a bit slow at taking the action and figure out the game, but they'll get there.
Yeah.
They'll get there.
In the meantime, masculine needs to let your guard down and don't be so defensive all the time. Okay?
Yep.
I say this all the time on my channel. A lot of you may have heard me say this. There's a very fine line between being ready to defend yourself and being in defense mode. Okay? Like, it's a fine line you walk, you know? There's nothing wrong with defending yourself against an attack. But if you walk into a situation expecting to need to defend yourself before you even know what's going on, you're inviting conflict in.
Yeah.
So we need to let most of the masculine energy out there know that is completely and totally unnecessary.
Exactly. Some things are very unnecessary. You know, it's a lot of fear created in your own mind based on what has happened in the past. But, you know, at the end of the day, these are a lot of things that need to be changed, healed, and also forgiven. And I feel like the forgiveness, like I always say, and that might be a little bit hard for the masculine, it's forgiving yourself. All right, because these are the things that you create in your mind, like, oh my God, you need to forgive yourself, because, or you need to know that the feminine has already forgiven you, which will not hold you back in moving forward. Because as we just saw, the feminine looks at the masculine as, I love you and I forgive you. So I feel like there is some kind of a guilt game going on.
And actually forgiving yourself, that's the part that most people forget about when it comes to hopping off of the karmic wheel. You can let go and you can forgive the other person all day long. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But if you don't forgive yourself,
yeah,
that's the part most people neglect.
That's the most important part. You need to first forgive yourself for, making a stupid mistake, going into the wrong lane, anything like that. I do get for the feminines that you guys need to keep on walking the path. All right, you are on the right path, no matter if it's taking a little bit longer than necessary, and keep protecting your harvest, keep protecting your independence, and keep growing within your spiritual prosperity as well, and material wealth. Just keep on protecting that and keep on giving as well. I do also get that you still need to move forward, act very independent, like I said, be very mature, be also very much in control of your emotions and also your life, and also keep working towards your happiness. That's what I'm seeing. I got the Chariot, the Emperor, and the Ten of Cups. It looks to me as if you're already in the right direction. It's just taking little bit longer for the Empress now to return. So what it's telling me is that you got now the Empress and I got the Emperor. So the roles are about to switch up.
Yeah.
That's what I mean? It's about to switch up again, because this is saying move towards your Emperor and you got the Empress. So that's why the path is going to cross again.
Yeah, and the last bit that I have right here is the Four of Wands in the reverse. Okay, a lot of people know that the way I read this, especially as a piece of advice, this comes up a lot in my advice spreads on my channel, and this is definitely for masculine energy out there. Do not try to kick down doors that get slammed shut in your face. Okay, once a door closes, there's nothing wrong with putting forth a little bit of work and effort. Knock on the door, try to get through it. But after you've crossed that line into forcing and fighting to try to force something to happen that obviously does not want to happen, back away.
Back off. Yeah.
Back off.
There needs to be movement. There needs to be actual progress that you're seeing, or else you just need to back up.
Yeah. Well, we are okay. So we're in the process of changing densities. Period. Okay, masculine and feminine. The planet.
Look, we have a change card here as well. So most definitely, there's a lot of change after this healing has taken place.
And forcing and fighting things worked way back there in the lower, slower densities of 3D, but we're moving out of that into the fourth density. We are over that line, and we're making our way into the fourth density. And forcing and fighting, we don't need to do that anymore, because the density is becoming lighter and lighter. It's becoming more and more thought responsive. Okay, you don't have to physically put your hands on it and force and manipulate and fight for something to happen.
No.
Yeah, so that's one thing that the masculine energies could definitely, like, put your trust in the universe in itself.
Yeah. I think that having a little bit of trust is also very necessary, trusting that the path forward is the path forward, not like fighting against it or whatever. Because what I'm seeing the feminine doing, that could be also, needing to trust that path, because the Chariot is the path forward. All right. And just being very, very sure of yourself. Like knowing what you're doing, knowing that where you're going is going to bring you harmony and balance and happiness. No matter if that person is there or not, does not matter. That wherever you're going, it is going to bring you change, harmony, and balance and happiness. And at the end of the day, there is still this waiting game. So yeah. Okay.
Right.
Gotta wait until you get your shit together. But anyhow, there's going to be a renewed passion, because I got the Chariot here. So there's going to be a new path opening up, and just follow that passion. I see a lot of passion and prosperity here. So your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. And trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So it looks to me as if like love life and career are just both going to have like a turnaround both at the same time, and you're just going to be like, whoa, how did this even happen? But like trust it, trust the path forward.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well,
I think it's a good wrap.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really have much more to add to it. That's pretty much.
I think it's like a perfectly in alignment.
Yes, good. So
I like this.
Cool. Well, all right. I guess if you're good and well and got all your messages through, I feel like I got mine through. So
I think so too. I hope everyone got the messages right as well. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this reading. And let's do this again, right?
All right. It was good. It was good working with you. All right.
It was really good. I really love the messages.
All right. All right. Y'all have fun. I'm going to go ahead and hop on out of here. Okay.
All right. Cool. Bye.
Bye.